welcome to Lagniappe, a feature about area people, events, and issues from KEDM. I'm Jay Curtis. My guest in the studio today, Danielle Kelley Tolbird, is with the Strauss Theatre Center board, and we're so glad to have you here talking about a little bit different kind of a Christmas event.
Yes, thanks for having me, Jay. I'm so excited to be here to talk about DK Harrell, the blues guitarist, right here from Ruston, Louisiana. He's going to be playing for one night only at the Strauss Theatre in Monroe on Friday, December 22nd.
And such a treat to have something that's close to Christmas. So many things happen for us in Monroe at the very beginning of the holiday season. And maybe there's a little bit less for people to do as we get really close to Christmas. So that's exciting. So how did this come about?
Yeah, so this summer we started doing singer-songwriter concerts called June Tunes. We've never really done live concerts at the Strauss Theatre. We primarily focus on the performing arts as it goes to plays and musical theater. But we decided to do something a little different this summer and have some musicians on stage playing audiences. And our audiences just told us, please do more of this during the off season. We go dark during the holidays, and so we said, why not have a local musician do a very bluesy Christmas concert right there the weekend before Christmas. Everybody's looking for things to do, especially those folks who have maybe some siblings or children that are coming in from out of town, and you're looking for things to do that weekend. Like, it's such a great time. Friday, December 22nd. Not really much else going on in the community, so we'd love to have you. It's going to be a really, really fun night.
And I hope that is something that works out well, because we've often talked about it just around the station, around my family, about, when people come in for the holidays, well, a lot of the other things are done. The ballets are done. A lot of the theater shows are done. You can go look at the lights, but okay, what about some events? And so this is a terrific chance. Let's talk a little bit about DK Harrell, because I've heard him play with the Ouachita Live concert. He is amazing, and if you are in for blues, you really ought to come to this concert.
He's phenomenal. I first heard him at Blend by the Northeast Louisiana Arts Council. Blew me away. Just absolutely phenomenal. His singing and his band. His band's going to be there too. It's not just going to be a solo show. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you think about, like, with Christmas music, there's so many wonderful bluesy songs out there. Please Come Home for Christmas and Merry Christmas Baby. I mean, there's so many wonderful songs. I haven't seen his set list. I don't know what exactly he's going to be playing, but I know that everybody that's there is going to be in for a treat.
And so you have tickets available on the website, right?
Correct. Tickets are available at strausstc.com. So those tickets are available. We only have a few left. So if you want to get those tickets, you need to go ahead and get them now. They're $35 for members, $40 for non-members. So if you want to become a member, we actually still have memberships available for the last 3 shows of our regular season.
So tickets going very quickly for DK Harrell. And again, since the new seats, there are slightly fewer actual seats to be sold in the building, but they're so much more comfy.
Yeah, I definitely want to highlight that. So for anybody listening, if you have been to the Strauss Theater and you have not been this year, I encourage you to come back, because maybe your last experience wasn't that great because it was a little comfortable, a little stiff, you didn't have very much legroom. Let me tell you, it's a completely different experience. The seats are wider, they're comfier, they're cushy. When you have legroom, you can actually move. It's really, really nice. I'm very excited. I've heard so many great comments about those seats. They're so comfortable.
So tickets at StraussTC.com for DK Harrell, but then that kind of rolls into you're hard at work already on the next show of the season, The Last 5 Years, coming up really in the second week of January.
Yeah, so we have the second and third weekend of January, we have The Last 5 Years. It's going to be directed by Cassie Bernstein. We've got a phenomenal cast, and Hannah Bryan Greenwood and William Kielwasser, some fantastic actors from right here in Northeast Louisiana, phenomenal voices. I'm so excited to see these two on stage. Their chemistry is through the roof, and their singing is phenomenal. It's going to be a really beautiful show.
And we'll certainly have you back to talk about it a little bit closer. Mm-hmm. But quick synopsis, I understand it's related to a divorce.
Okay. Yeah. So if we're talking about the most uplifting shows, it's not exactly uplifting, but it is beautiful and real and honest. And it's also told in a very unique way. It's a 2-person cast told from the point of view from the man and the woman in the relationship. But they are telling the stories in different chronological orders. So one is telling the story going forward, and the other is telling the story going backwards, like reflecting back on the relationship. And in the middle, they meet up at the middle of their relationship.
Oh, wow.
So it's told in a really unique way. The music is beautiful. It was made into a movie pretty recently with Anna Kendrick and Jeremy Jordan. So if you're familiar with those folks, you'll know that this is going to be a really nice stage production.
And then you roll from there straight into, in fact, right after DK Harrell, you've got auditions for The Importance of Being Earnest.
Yes, so it's never a slow time at the Strauss. The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde, like just the epitome of satire. It's hilarious. It's an older play, but the humor has held true for over 100 years. And so those auditions are December 29th and 30th. And this is something that I really encourage people to do. The beauty of community theater is that it is just volunteers. It's people right here in our community who have a passion for the performing arts and who just want to get on stage, have fun, create something that's bigger than just themselves. So if you've never auditioned for a show and you've always kind of had that inkling and maybe you like comedy, maybe you can do a good British accent, I really encourage you to audition for The Importance of Being Earnest. You can get that information on our website or our Facebook page, but those auditions will be December 29th.
And you got performances coming up in March.
Correct.
And then the season closer, the incredible, extravagant Hello Dolly.
There's nothing like it. All the feathers and the singing and the matchmaking, it's just a epitome of golden age musicals.
So lots coming up at Strauss Theatre Center. But Bluesy Christmas with DK Harrell, as you said, just a few seats left. Friday, December 22nd, just right before Christmas, 7 p.m. And tickets are on the website, right?
Yes, so we would love to have you enjoy a very bluesy Christmas right here before the holidays.
My guest today, Danielle Kelley Tolbird, is from the Strauss Theatre Center. Bluesy Christmas with DK Harrell, Friday, December 22nd. Those tickets available at StraussTC.com. Find out more at KEDM.org. I'm Jay Curtis with Lanyap.